Today we're gonna recreate some of the most iconic fictional burgers and in the end even attempt to improve on the Krabby Patty formula. You might have clicked on the thumbnail and now thinking, why does Babish sound so depressed? But I'm no Babish, I'm not depressed, I'm just insane. I feel like we've been doing the brioche bun every single time we make a burger, especially the Wiseman one. So let's switch things up a little. And whenever you hear a potato bun, you just picture my ass. You just picture a soft, perfect sized bun with sesame that goes over the patty. First step, we'll measure out 200 grams of potatoes.
Yeah. Potatoes. Potatoes. Oh, have potatoes.
And you guys already know, I always have baked potatoes on hand. So we're starting with the Yukon Gold. Natural butteriness and sweetness to it is gonna add to the flavor of the potato bun. Heat it up 2 tablespoons of butter and 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. I'm not trying to impress our family on Thanksgiving, so you don't have to be too thorough. I wonder who came up with the idea of putting mashed potato in bread making. I highly suspect just some baker in the medieval time just has some mashed potato left and be like, where am I gonna put this? I can't have any more mashed potatoes. Let me throw it into my brioche bun. What the fuck? But you know what, let me look it up. As a way to combat flour shortages and famine by replacing some wheat with affordable boiled mashed potatoes. So pretty much a struggle meal per se. Well, now I feel really bad for making fun of them. What is this, you ask? It's indeed a stand mixer. Has Future Canoe betrayed us? Guys, I know beating on the couch is something we all enjoy, but you know what's an even bigger theme on the channel? Laziness. I know some of you are unsubscribing right now, completely understand. And I'd like to help you out because YouTube recently changed the unsubscribe button. You might think it's the one that says unsubscribe, but it's actually the bell button next to it. So if you want to express all your anger, resentment towards me, just click that bell button. It might even give you a muffin. That was incredibly easy. I think they're onto something with these electric mixers. If it stretches so thin that you can sort of see through it, it's ready to be rested. They call it the window pane test. But you light again, now you get to watch your leaf out the window. Guess that's why they call it window pane. Just gonna double it in a way that is like rising from the center, which is what we want to see. Now time to punch it down. The thing is, I don't like punching things down. I like helping people rise, as I have problems rising. Press it out with my hands, just roll into a log like this. We're gonna start dividing it up. I don't want to just eyeball it, so we'll measure about 85 to 90 grams per piece. Shape all these little portions into smooth dough balls, and we'll kind of just cram the edges into the center like that. Smoother surface, and use our finger to pull the dough back, turning perpendicularly, folding and stretching the surface of the gluten for it to develop. Put this somewhere warm to let it rise for the final 1.5 hours. Very puffy now. One time I was making a burger bun. To let the dough proof, you want to leave it in an oven with a light on. So I did that, forgot about it. 3 days later, I keep smelling this atrocious sour smell. And I thought like, maybe it's coming from my pants. So like I washed all of them. It turned out just the burger. Half sesame seeds, half naked. Reminds me of the Jerusalem bagel. I think Greek people call it kalori. 375, 15 to 20 minutes until the top is golden. Because it contains less gluten, the potato bun is much softer, has a less bouncy texture to it. That subtle earthiness from the Yukon Gold is gonna complement the beefy flavor of the patty. Honestly, I like it better than brioche bun. Damn, this is fire. We have 2 types of burgers, smashed and unsmashed. For the smashed burgers, we'll just keep the ground beef as it is and season right after we smash it. And for the unsmashed burgers, let's season it the same way that Gordon Ramsay does.
Lightly seasoned with onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and then lightly dusted with chili flakes. Make your well in the center, egg yolk in, and blend.
I'm not saying Gordon Ramsay is the best at everything, but in terms of the cooking industry, I think he's the same as LeBron, as I'm gooning to them. I came to goon, 410. Starting with some oxidized gray ground beef, 80-20. The unsmashed, we'll just leave it as it is. First step, as always, season it beautifully. A lot of pepper, onion powder. To add some additional texture to it, we'll do 2 egg yolks. Make out with it a little bit. This is lunch right here, guys. Precious protein. Later, we'll just dip into a ball and sear it up like that.
Big Kahuna burger.
Big Kahuna burger. That's that Hawaiian burger joint. This is a tasty burger.
Completely pulp fictional from the Tarantino universe. Nice. It appeared in several of his movies. Supposed to come from a Hawaiian-themed fast food chain to make it seem more legit as a West Coast burger. Don't ask me why Hawaii is an accurate representation of California. We're not supposed to question the legendary Quentin. For a classic caramelized onion burger like this, the key is to smash it evenly with a press. Fuck. Nice. The Hawaiian component has 3 elements. First, the grilled pineapple rings, getting that sweet and caramelized flavors in. If it works on a pizza, why not a burger? Second would be these Hawaiian rolls, which is just white ass bread with some PR done. Lastly, this mysterious sauce made from pineapple juice. I saw it on Albert. It looks pretty simple. I'm just gonna dump a whole bunch of sauces in my mug that looks like a butt plug and put it in the microwave. Don't ask me why the handle's like this. This is very like off the dome type of sauce. About a quarter of a cup. Soy sauce, dark soy sauce, tablespoon of syrup. To thicken it up, I'll do a tablespoon and a half of cornstarch. Okay, I feel like I've been lied to by Albert, but it did get a little thicker. Let's bring this overcooked burgers and over caramelized onion over. I feel like we lost a lot of onion over here. Smells so good, it started making me sneeze. All right, the big Kahuna. Honestly, it looks so much better than the cooking process. Let's give it a big bite. It's so flavorful. That hint of sweetness from the pineapple. I don't know if I like it. I do like pineapple on pizza, but on a burger is pushing it a little bit. But the flavor combination reminds me of a poke bowl. I think the sauce is exactly what my local poke shop uses. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I probably wouldn't have this again.
Seems to be some sort of meat with a slice of James Lewis Kraft's confectionery cheese on top and a kind of catsup blended with a well-nazed egg in the style of Mayon.
If I have to rank my top 3 favorite cartoons of all time, it goes Rick and Morty, Dragon Ball Z, Abridged, and The Simpsons. Watching the series, I've always related to Krusty because he's a clown, but as I get older and wiser, I really proved to myself that I'm the entire circuit. A few episodes alluded to the fact that the meat is sourced from radioactive material, so hey, that's right on brand here. But the most surprising fact of them all is that the Krusty Burger actually exists in real life. They're in Universal Studio Parks, which only goes to prove that Universal stays ruining my childhood. I want to make the patty just a little bit bigger than the bun because, you know, while it cooks, it's going to shrink a little bit. So now just slice through a sesame bun. Oh, fresh baked buns. So beautiful. Bun nice and toasted. Assembly time. So how the way Simpsons stack is just the meat on the bun will do a circle. Okay, everything just falling apart right now. A circle of ketchup. In the center of it, a circle of mayo. Lettuce, tomato, salt, and pickles. This looks like a burger commercial that Krusty's doing. Beautiful bun, great flavor, amazing patty, fresh vegetables. This is the best burger on the market, and you can get it at my restaurant for $19.99.
And cut.
I almost swallowed some of the juice.
A young couple travels to a super duper ultra fancy restaurant on a remote island run by Chef Julian Slowick. But as the elaborate tasting menu unfolds, the dishes become a means to expose the hypocrisies and flaws of the guests. The night is no longer just about food, it's an orchestrated plan to murder. I never watched this movie, so I might be missing how this is deep, but from the YouTube summary I saw, I think this is just a story of a pretentious chef who had his ego so big that he can't handle serving people with similar sized egos, and then had an extremely invalid crash out. But finally, An innocent, pretty person comes to save his life using a nostalgic dish. Basically the least interesting, most bizarre remake of Ratatouille. Very well executed. The foundation of it is caramelized onions. You might be wondering how come the stovetop is looking extra burger professional today. A great smash burger needs minimal ingredients. The secret is a wide, flat surface combined with even, thorough heat distribution. You can get it all from the made-in carbon steel griddle and press. Made-in makes professional quality cookware. They're trusted by chefs in over 4,000 top-rated restaurants and also used by over 1 million home cooks. You might have noticed that it's slowly taking over my kitchen. Definitely no complaint about that. What I like about this griddle is that it covers 2 burners, so instead of making one sap burger at a time, I can cook multiple at once, toast buns, pretend I have my life together. It's pre-seasoned and naturally non-stick. The more you use it, the better it gets. Also, carbon steel gets ripping hot, which is exactly what you want for a crispy crust. Before I started using it, I thought it would be really complicated to maintain, but not at all. All you need to do after each use, just scrub it and lightly oil it up. Check out the carbon steel griddle and Made-in's other cookware by using the link in my description to save on your order. Let's pretend that this bun is toasted. Just tiny bit, just came all over me. What is going on with all the ingredients today? Just a little bit of sauce. Alright, do you think making this burger will get me out of a murder? I really appreciate how perfect the sizes are, the meat and the bun. Very classic flavors. Don't need anything else except for the crinkle fries that you ordered. This tastes like when the semester's over in high school, the day before summer. All of your friends go to a food truck in the park and just eat burgers and fries. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Nothing gets me more excited than the smell of fries seeping through a paper bag. Coke from McDonald's always tastes better. Okay, it's Diet Coke. If it's real Coke, it gets sticky. The newest burger that's been recently going viral on the internet.
Here it is, the Big Arch. I love this product. It is so good. Holy cow. God, that is a big burger. All right, the moment of truth. That is so good. That's a big bite for a big arch.
Honestly, guys, I don't think that bite was that small. I think it's just a regular bite. Also, look at that dude. Looks like somebody who takes a small bite. That's probably an average bite for him. Classic McDonald's shredders and the burger sauce. Oh, the cheese melt is looking really good. Definitely one of the better looking burgers from McDonald's. All right, actual big bite. It's really good. It tastes like a regular McDonald's cheeseburger, but from the TV commercial. I just wanted to show you guys like a little sandwich that I do by myself. By the way, we got free chicken nuggets with this meal. These two are my favorite sandwiches from McDonald's. I don't want to sound old or anything. You know, when I was in high school, a McChicken is only $3. Now it's $4.50. They take the top bun away from each sandwich. With the bottom bun, we put the McChicken on top of the official fish. This is surf and turf. You should also get some of that buffalo sauce. Goes great with this sandwich.
The most difficult burger known to man.
What is it?
He calls it the Meatsiah. It's basically a beef tartare inside of a burger inside of a Wellington. I found this old man on TikTok that does a pretty good job. Why are the aromatics so horribly chopped and the mushrooms not even blended up like a usual beef Wellington duck style? It's because the old man did it like a good cowgirl, the sequence in reverse. We're gonna saute everything, combine all the flavor and seasoning, then we'll blend it at the end. Never tried this method before, but it looks like it's gonna make everything a little less messy and easier to deal with. After maybe about 5 minutes of tossing, they finally started releasing the juice. Once we see a lot of the fond building up on the bottom, we'll go with the Worcestershire sauce. This is our main seasoning of the day. Scrape it off. Some heavy cream, about a quarter cup. Lastly, a lot of black pepper. To enhance the flavor, a couple of dashes of black truffle powder. It's starting to smell like a cream of mushroom soup. The cream and the sauce is pretty much reduced. You see the fat starting to separate. Put in our herbs, rosemary, thyme, some parsley. With the herbs, we don't need to cook it through, just kind of heating it up to activate the aroma. Once it's dried up like this, ready to be blended. The assembly is really just the combination of the individual flavors from a burger and a beef Wellington. Each step you kind of see the classic combos of the two individual dishes, and finally they come together to have sex. One burger, a slice of tomato, 2 pickles, sun-dried tomato paste from a toothpaste container, another tomato, mustard. These burger patties would barely sear them. Inside is probably still raw. Let's attempt this. So we take this up. All right, and then this corner, these two sides, kind of like wrapping a candy. Hey, look at that. Not bad, huh? Chill in the fridge to let it firm up a little bit. Puff pastry, gently roll it out. We don't want to do it too much because it's going to lose the flakiness. What's a burger without American cheese? Who's your daddy? Just wrap it up like a burrito. Like that. Let's just secure this side. Flip, tuck it under. We'll do a final round of egg wash. Do some of that decorative cuts to make it look pretty. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'll put salt into the oven at 350 for 15 minutes. Okay, right before it's about to burn. Perfect timing. We probably don't need to rest it for that long. It's not like there's a filet mignon inside or anything. It's just a bunch of burger ingredients. Here's the moment of truth. Oh, juicy. Very nice. Probably a bad idea to pick it up, so cut a little piece. This actually tastes better than the beef Wellington. Because the beef Wellington, the center is just like a big piece of dead meat. And if it's too thick, the seasoning doesn't even get to the center. So without a sauce, it's so bland. But this, 2 patties, tomato layer, some sun-dried tomato paste too. And I love how the cheese kind of surround the whole thing. I'll update you on my stomach later. Gonna have to give the Meatsiah a 9 out of 10. Probably wouldn't cook it again though. It's so unnecessary. It's like when I take off my pants to fart. To keep our range of topic more dynamic, we're gonna make an anime recipe. I couldn't find any famous anime burgers, but a lot of you have been telling me you enjoy Food Wars. There's a burger rice bowl. That's what we're gonna recreate today. I've never seen Food Wars, but I've overheard conversations about it. It sounds kind of pornographic, so like I wanna steer clear of that. To our ground beef, we're gonna season first with salt and pepper and about a tablespoon and a half of flour, 1 egg yolk. Here is our secret ingredient. I think they used it in the show. It's condensed French onion soup. Just a little bit. So the flour is gonna bind it together. We're gonna sear up the burger like normal. It's gonna go on top of the rice. We want thick patties. Of course, that Wagyu fat. Decided to make a really, really big patty. Moment of truth. Let's see if it's sticking. Oh, nice. Look at that. Great crust. You know, just because I'm in a good mood, I'm gonna baste it a little bit with that Wagyu fat. Fun fact, guys, this is a vintage cooking spoon. I got it in Brooklyn. Time for the assembly process. The foundation of this dish is premium, homemade Japanese rice, straight from Japan. See how fluffy I made it? Perfect ratio of water to rice. I'm real proud of myself with this rice. 1 piece of lettuce. Tomato. Oh shit, I forgot the egg. All right, we'll be right back. Where's the sunny side up? Huh. Okay, last but not least, we're gonna garnish it with some gravy. And what's more flavorful than gravy? Condensed French onion soup. Here we have it, our hamburger don. That's how they pronounce it. Wait, I actually cut that out. You know, what I'm wondering is, how did people in the show eat it with chopsticks? I just gotta do some cutting like that. Oh, very juicy burger. Kind of overcooked it though. Lettuce on rice. It's very interesting. Being an American nigiri. It definitely doesn't taste like a burger, but the eggs is good though. The rice is kind of just there. A strange combination. I'll definitely finish this whole bowl, but I don't think I'll do it again. And I wouldn't call this a burger. It'd be more like a meatball bowl. But the best part though, condensed French onion soup over rice. Great dinner material. And I'm gonna use a real spoon.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
To recreate the Krabby Patty, or maybe even possibly improve on the recipe and open our own store and get bought back, we have to start with a freshly made bun. First thing goes warm milk with a little bit of the yeast and all of the rest of the ingredients. To make the Krabby Patty look even more high quality than it already is, we gotta include as many colors as possible. And what's all the colors added up? Black, for the bigger, better experience. And we start mixing it until it comes to a cohesive dough. This is when we start slowly incorporate the butter. Usually making a brioche, this is the most annoying part because I gotta like work the butter into the dough. But with the help of the stand mixer, I can just stand aside and watch it happen. This is looking more gray than black. I feel like we didn't use enough charcoal. I want that real thick black dough, you know? So we're gonna add another 5 grams of it. If I end up getting high, I'll file that as an expense. Oh Lord. Of course, you can season the dough up with spices or herbs. One of my favorites is the dill to make a black dill dough. Still a little sticky, but it's a good sign for hydration. We'll try our best to divide it up into even pieces. Let's make 4 of these bad boys. It's really wet right now. Oil it up. It's trying to stick. I'm not letting that happen. Keep grabbing these black balls. They do look like pebbles, like those really beautiful ones. Now we'll just cover it up. Let it rest for an hour and a half. Okay, it's fighting for space a lot. I didn't know how much they're gonna expand. Too big of a burger. I might have to do some plastic surgery here. I don't wanna deflate it, you know? What if we do this? We take out a little bit of the dough, tug it underneath. Not too bad. Take half of this. I'm sensing a disaster coming, but let's all have hope. Counting on this one. We'll put exactly 11 sesame seeds on top. Into the oven for about 20 minutes. The bun surprisingly turned out so much better than expected, but what's a Krabby Patty without a crab inside? And the crab we want in this burger comes in a soft shell. All the way from Maryland, the home of the best crabs. So individually packed. Soft-shell crab isn't a species in itself. It's just regular crabs right after they shed their shells. So the new shell is still kind of like baby smooth, and we capture, freeze it, and deep fry it whole like that. So you can eat the whole thing without peeling it. Probably have a lot of calcium in it. It's almost like wet paper. We want to take off the gills. Oh my God, they're already clean for us. Great company. Let's do a very light batter. It's like a combination of tempura and the classic Maryland soft-shell crab. Egg, sparkling water. Probably like half a cup or so, but like doesn't really matter. As long as it still sticks to the crab, it's a good batter. Let's test it out with our first contestant. Let's name it Grant. Oil at 375. We'll lay Grant down. This one blowing bubbles. This one ripping ass. This one looks like it's got an attitude. After frying, the shells have absorbed a lot of the oil. It's gotten crispy. The batter's so light. It's like almost covering, but not really. It gives the shell a chance to get in contact with the oil and become puffy. Wow, I can just eat this. Forget about the burger. So flavorful and tender, and the texture of the fresh, soft crab meat with the crispy, thin shell combined together. I've never had soft shell crab just by itself, usually in a sushi roll or something. Definitely a one-of-a-kind experience. Finally, the assembly time of our black bun over here. This is the best looking one, so shiny. Down the middle. Imagine it's toasted. Lay down lettuce, beefsteak, a little bit of mustard, ketchup, patty, onion, pickles, Jumbo Grant. Open those arms up, buddy. Finally, our Krabby Patty secret formula, our improved Krabby Patty secret formula is complete. This is an extremely loaded burger. Gotta work my jaw. I think I'm gonna go for this side. Blend of the ocean, the earth. This adds a new meaning to the word surf and turf. The fresh vegetables, the acidity from the pickles, that crispy components. I feel like a lot of chefs try to add the crispy element to a burger with fried onions or crispy bacon, but nothing compares to the soft, tender inside of the soft shell crab and the crispy exterior. I might have to say this is my new favorite burger. You have to give this a try. I feel like regular buns work too. I'm making a black bun just for shock value. Hopefully you click on the thumbnail because of it. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. No, a 9.5 out of 10. It's kind of crazy to think about how all iconic fiction started in the imaginations of these talented creators. It shows us our thoughts are so powerful that when actualized, they can have great impact on others. Being able to create has been one of my biggest blessings in life, and I'm grateful for all of you guys. Alright, thank you.